Okay, I'm so glad that I checked that because I was recording in slow-mo. So, hi, it's Susan at Seaside Stitches. I'm just popping on to say it is the 15th of October today, and being a Wednesday, I have been to my virtual adventure this morning with my virtual sewing friends, and it's run by Alison at Sew Like Dotty, and I've had a lovely time just having company while I just faffed about. I unpicked a waistband from a skirt that I've been in the process of being made for about 3 years. It doesn't really matter what it is. I will be getting back to it, and I'll show you how far I get when I actually finish the flipping thing. And yeah, it's been a lovely morning. So I've been finishing off this. Just needed a little bit of finishing touches on the bodice lining, and I was doing that this morning. It's just relaxing, just kind of just plodding along. I quite enjoyed myself and listened to what other people were doing and getting up to, and what their plans were and where their fabric was from, etc, etc. So that's that has been shared on Instagram now. My Instagram is Susan Seaside Stitches, and that's that. And then this, I've also been, I spent a few days, time over a few days. I don't mean I've slogged for a few days to get this right, but I have now got the length of the sleeve right, altering the bottom of the cuff, adding the cuff, taking the cuff off, taking some more off the cuff. It's all off the cuff, and I'm all a bit au naturel this morning. We just had a quick lunch and nipped to Morrison's, and then I just want to crack on and finish this. So I have taken up this sleeve. The cuff inside has been hand stitched, and then I will be giving it a really good press, and then I will just do the stitching around the cuff edges. And tomorrow I am going to do my buttonholes, just free flowing, doing some buttonholes, not going to be stressed about it at all. Got to remember that. And so I have done, the other sleeve is ready for me to hand sew the cuff over the facing, over the seam line, the gathers and the seam. And once I've done that, I will be putting this sleeve onto this dress, and then it should all be finished on the outside. So apart from I don't know how buttonholes was just going to translate to oven gloves, but that's what almost came out. So I'm just saying oven gloves, then I can get on and find out buttonholes, right? So that's what I was doing, just faffing about, but I'm also on here with a specific task, and that is to share the opening of my my Seaside Susan subscription box. Now it won't fit in the box today, but I still have the box, and I will use the box for another time when the fabric isn't so bulky, and I will just show you what is in my box. So today we don't have a king size extra depth. That was £24. What we do have is a bag that I'm reusing for the time being, to share this beautiful fleece back French terry that I'm going to use to make a shawl cardigan. Beautiful. And this is the, can't get it. There's a little pack on the front. I've ended up putting that in the little pocket. So this is the pattern that I'm making. This is the pattern that arrived in my Seaside Susan subscription box. When I opened it, this is what was in there. And lo and behold, some threads, my overlocker thread, the moon thread that I have a spool, the thread for it, and I only had 3 of these, and with just a tiny bit left on the other one. So I bought another one to put in, so I have everything ready, and that's that. And I've got extra thread. I've got 2 threads, 2 new threads, and one that I already had. Once I'd made sure they matched up. I've lost that one. There we go. And when I was at Morrison's, and when we went to Morrison's, I also nipped to Hobbycraft to get some interfacing. You need to interface the collar pieces. I've made one of these before. I'll just pop in and show it you. I won't show it you. It's downstairs. Anyway, so what else have I got in my little package? Let me see. Something that I like. Oh, a different tea bag. A Pucker lemon and ginger tea bag with some Manuka honey with it. Very posh, that. And something for the future to remind me of where I lived once we move. Lytham Windmill. And so many memories of my childhood there, because my grandma and granddad lived near Lytham. They lived in St Anne's on Sea. Lytham St Anne's is joined together as a postal area. And a little treat that I got from Oswald Twistle Mill the other day. It's a measuring gauge, so it's really quite handy if you need to just be a centimetre away or an inch away or whatever from a corner. Or yes, I've been looking at these and wondering whether to get one, but they've always looked like they were centimetres, but on the back of them they are reversible and there are inches on the back. So we've got imperial and metric. So I'm really pleased with that, and also made sure that I have some new stretch needles. So I'm really looking forward to getting on with this, and I'm just going to put it there just for now. So I shall just nip down. I shall bring up the purple previous one that I've made. I've only made the short version, and I'm wanting to make the longer version this time, which is that one there. Okay, now I know that the shoulders are a little bit dropped, and I have even got the pieces that I took off on the last one, just to show how much I actually took off. So I've got those so that I know how much to take off again, and I've also altered a pattern where it takes it a little bit in at the armhole, because that came down as well. So I'm really pleased with it. The pattern is already cut, ready, and I'm so pleased I did my own subscription box, because I know what I'm making. I've chosen the fabric, I've chosen the pattern, and I don't need to be disappointed at all. So let's see what I make with it. Let's see if I get it finished. I hope to make it by the end of October, but I'm not really putting that time limit on myself. So I'll just nip and see if I've got the purple one, and then I can just remind you what it's like, and then I will get off and go and have a cup of tea, and yes, that will be very nice. Okay, so this is the cardigan. I ended up putting a cuff on it. There wasn't a cuff on it, but I found that the ends of the sleeves, it was just a little bit baggy, and at first I made them quite long, and then I thought they were too long, so then I shortened them, and then they felt too short. And then I just thought, just put a cuff on. So it's what I did. And yeah, I just really love it. And I didn't have my overlocker then. Not that I would have overlocked that. But I don't think when I think this is episode 4 of my vlog that I did. I started vlogging 5 years ago this month. And so this was episode 4. So I don't know when it would be. But I just love how the zigzag melts into that fabric. And my grandma had a swing needle machine right in the early days when they did the zigzag stitches, and she had all decorative stitches on, and she loved to put zigzags all down her seams like we top stitch now. She top stitched with zigzags, and just this always reminds me of my grandma, not in a bad way at all. I had 2 super grandmas and 2 great grandmas, one of which was super, one was a little bit terrifying. But there you go. Anyway, so that's it. It's a lovely fit. It's got this lovely effect that this is all kind of one thing that just turns back as a shawl collar. So I'm making a longer version than this, but I'm really looking forward to doing it. So I'll see you when I see you, hopefully wearing pink. Bye.